Hello everyone. In this video, I'll be solving the revision sheet of the midterm exam. So, in the first question we have, put these fractions in order from lowest to highest. So I need to order these fractions starting from the lowest one, but the problem is when I need to compare them, the denominators are not the same. So I cannot compare such fractions. So I'll try to make them having the same value, all of them. How do we do that? First, we compare the biggest value, 24. Okay. Can I make 8 equal to 24? Of course, by using multiplication only, not addition. So yes, we can do it. So 8 times 3. Now, next one, what about 12? It's times 2. Then what about 4? It's times 6. Now, if I multiply all of them, they will be 24. Okay, now we can order them. First, let's multiply. Do you multiply only the denominator or numerator or both of them? We multiply both of them to get an equivalent fraction, which means an equal fraction to that. Okay, so first times the 3 we do. 3 times the 3 is 9. 3 times 8 is 24. That was the first fraction. Then times by 2. 5 times 2 is 10 over 24. Okay. Then times 6. 6 over 24. And the last one, 9 over 24. Okay, if I need to order them, use the red color, okay? 6 over 24 is the lowest. This is 1. And then we have two values that are equal, 9 over 24. So I'll call both of them 2. And then this is the third one, which is the highest. Now, when I need to order them, I should order the original values, not the new one. So it says this is the smallest one, which is the third one, so 1 over 4. So I would say 1 over 4, and then we have the first and the last one are in the second place. So 3 over 8, 9 over 24. They get the same value. And then the highest one, it says the second one, which is 5 over 12. So this is the order from lowest to highest. Now, question number 2. Sorry. It says, write these mixed numbers as improper fractions. So mixed number, first of all, it means we have a real value, integer, and a fraction. That's why it's called mixed. When I say improper fraction, it means a fraction that has the numerator higher than the denominator. So here, for example, 5 is higher than 2. This is an improper fraction. Now, how do we convert from mixed to improper? We need to do 2 steps. The first one, let me write it, but bigger, okay. So step number 1, multiply the integer by the denominator, 2 times 5. This is step number 1. Then step number 2, add the numerator to the value. For example, 2 times 5 is 10. 10 plus 3 is 13. So we write 13 over the same denominator, which is 5. Now let's do the others. We have 1 times 25 is 25. 25 plus 12, 37 over 25. Next one, 3 times 40. So 3 times 40 is 120. 120 plus 19, 139 over 40. Next one we have 4 times 15, which is 60, and then plus 13, 73 over 15. Then the last one, 6 times 11, 66, plus 7, 73 over 11. Now, question number 3. Write each improper fraction as mixed number. The first two of them, I will make it as division, long division, but then I will do normal division. So here, the fraction line means divide. So to make improper fraction, we need to divide them. So we do 16 divided by 5. 16 divided by 5 is 3. 3 times 5, 15. We subtract, the remaining is 1. So the answer is the real value. 16 divided by 5 is a 3. And what's the remaining? The remaining is 1 out of 5. Now next one, 9 divided by 2. 9 divided by 2. 9 divided by 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. We subtract, the remaining is also 1. Now the real value is 4, the integer, and the remaining is 1 over 2. Now for the next ones, we don't have to do long division. We can just divide them mentally. So 25 divided by 8 is 3. Because the 3 times 8 is 24. What is the remaining? The remaining is 1. It's 1 out of 8. Next one, 15 divided by 4 is a 3. Because the 3 times 4 is 12. And the remaining is 3 over 4. Now, question 4. Calculate, give your answer as a fraction in simplest form. Okay. So we have addition and subtraction for fractions, and we need to write it in simplest form. But adding and subtracting fraction, it cannot be solved unless the denominators are the same, just like when we compared them. Now here 7 and 5 are different. So can we add the fractions? No. So now we check the smaller one, 5. Can I multiply 5 by something to make it 7? The answer is no. So I will multiply both fractions to make them reach the lowest common multiple, which is here in this case 35. So 7, I will multiply it by 5, and 5, I will multiply it by 7. Now let's write the equivalent fractions. The first fraction times 5, it will be 10 over 35. Plus, now 7 times 3 is 21 over 35 equal to, now we can add them since we have the same denominator. 10 plus 21 is 31 over 35. Now the question asked me to write it in its simplest form. Can I simplify 31 and 35? Like, can we divide them by the same value? The answer is no, we cannot divide them. So it is the simplest form. Now for the exam, you need to show your work. So you have to write exactly like this. When you multiply them, and then what you get, and then the answer. Okay, now next one, we have 5 over 6 minus 4 over 15. Again, the same thing. 6 cannot be 15. So we think of the lowest common multiple. It means if I multiply 6 and if I multiply 15, what's the first value that they can reach? Now, some of the students, they will do like this. They will say, okay, multiply 6 by 15 and multiply 15 by 6. But this is too much. Then it will be a little bit hard for you to simplify. No, actually, the lowest common multiple is 30. So 15, if I multiply it by 2, it will be 30. 6, if I multiply it by 5, it will be equal to 30. Now let's multiply them. 5 by 5 is 25 over 30 minus 8 over 30. So 25 minus 8, 17 over 30. Can we simplify? No, it's already simplified. Now, next question. 1 and 1 over 3 plus 2 and 7 over 15. There are two ways to solve it. We can either add the integers and then add the fractions, or we can make it improper and solve it. So for me, I will make it improper and then I will solve it. So we learn how to make the improper fraction. We do 1 times the 3 plus 1. So it's 4 over 3 plus 2 times 15, 30. So 37 over 15. This is a little bit similar to the previous question. We need to make them 30. So this is times 10. This is times 2. So I will get 40 over 30 plus 37 over 30. When I add them, it's 77 over 30. Now, if you think it's hard to simplify it, here, since the question was a mixed number, so it's better if we write it as a mixed number first. So we do 77 divided by 30, which means how many 30 in 77? We have 2. Those 2 times 30 is 60. What is left for 77? 17. 17 out of 30. So as we noticed before, 17 over 30 is already simplified. So that's it. The answer is 2 and 17 over 30. Now the last one. 2 times 5 is 10 and 2, 12 over 5 minus 4 over 3. Now to simplify them, to make them having the same denominator, we should make them 15. So the first one I'll multiply it by 3, the second one I'll multiply it by 5. Now 12 times the 3, 36 over 15 minus here times 5, 20 over 15. 36 minus 20, 16 out of 15. Okay, now write it as mixed. It's 1 and the remaining is 1 over 15. And it's already simplified. So when the question is given as mixed, have your answer at the end as mixed value. Next, calculate and give the answer in the simplest form. Okay, here we have multiplication. As you remember, we said that in multiplication we can do simplifying or cancellation before we multiply. The rule is I need to pick one number from the upper side and one number from the lower side, like numerator and denominator, and divide them by the same value. Now we check, for example, 5 and 6. No, I cannot. 5 and 2. No, we cannot simplify. Okay. So we just go and multiply. How do we multiply fractions? Up times up, down times down. So numerators together, 5 times 1 is 5. Denominators together, 6 times 2 is 12. And it's already simplified. Now the second question, we have 5 over 6 times the 3 over 4. First, we try to simplify. We check 5 with 6, no. 5 with 4, no. Now what about 3 and 4, no. But 3 and 6, yes. both values actually can be divided by 3. So let's divide them. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 6 divided by 3 is 2. Now we check, can we simplify more? No, we cannot. So now we multiply. 5 times 1 is 5. 2 times 4 is 8. Done, that's it, it's simplified. Part C, we have 16 and 8. Actually, both of them can be divided by 8. Well, some of the students, they will divide it by 2 maybe, or 4. So it's okay, you can divide it and then we divide again. So we keep dividing and simplifying till we reach a place that we cannot divide anymore. Now 8 divided by 8 is 1. 16 divided by 8 is 2. We check, can we simplify more? Yes. 5 and 20. Both of them divided by 5. 5 divided by 5 is 1. 20 divided by 5 is 4. Now some of the students, they will multiply. They will say it's 2 over 4, which is okay. Then you can simplify it. But some of them will notice it from now. We have 2 and 4. So both of them can be divided by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 4 divided by 2 is 2. Now the answer, 1 times 1 is 1. 2 times 1 is 2. So this is how you get the answer simplified very quickly. Now next part we have division. Okay, but we said that we don't know how to divide fractions, so we turn it to multiply. Now first, here we have 2 over 3 divided by 3. 3 is not a fraction. Can we make it as a fraction? Yes, we make over 1. Now, we turn division into multiplication, and we flip only the fraction after the division sign, which means which means the second fraction. So we write 2 over 3. Now not division, it's times. Now we flip the second fraction. 3 over 1 will be 1 over 3. Can we do cancellation in division? Like for example, 3 here and 3 here? No. We do the cancellation only when it's multiplication. Now, can I cancel 3 and 3? No, both of them are down. Okay, so we only multiply. 2 times 1 is 2. 3 times 3 is 9. Now, next question. Again, we have division, we turn it to multiplication. 3 over 5 times, now not 4 over 7, it's 7 over 4. Can we simplify? No. Okay, we multiply. 3 times 7 is 21. 5 times 4 is 20. So does the question here say you should make it as mixed? No, it doesn't say. So we can keep it as it is. If it mentioned make it mixed, we continue. 21 divided by 20 is 1, and the remaining is 1 over 20. But here in this question, it didn't ask me to write that one, so we can skip it. Question number 6. Convert fractions to decimals. Okay. First of all, before we start, let me write a value. 0 point, let's say, 16. Now, the digit after the decimal point, what do we call it? We call it 10th. Why? Because it's 1 out of 10. So, to find the first digit after the decimal point, the denominator must be 10. Now, what do I call the second digit then? We call it 100th. Which means it's 6 over 100. So, 2 values after decimal point, it means it's over 100. So, what do we understand here? If I need to convert fraction to decimal, I need to make sure that denominators are equal to 10, 100, or 1000. in this case, it's only 10 and 100. Now let's check the first one, 3 out of 10. It's already done, over 10. So we just make it, it's one value because it's 10th. It's one value after the decimal point, 0.3. Next one, 4 over 5, can I make it over 10? Yes. We multiply it by 2, will be 8 out of 10. Now as a decimal is 0.8. Next one, 1 over 4. Can I make it 10? No. But can I make it 100? Yes. It's multiplied by 25. So it will be 25 over 100, which is, so over 100, two values after the decimal point, 0.25. This one is already done over 100, so 0.51. Now 12 over 20, we make it 100, so we times it by 5. 60 over 100, which is 0.60. And we can actually eliminate the 0, it's not important, it has no meaning. Because 0.6 and 0.60 are equal. Last one is 25. We have to multiply by 4 to make it 100. Now 17 times 4, we have 40, and 28. So 68 over 100, which is equal to 0.68. Clear? Okay. Next question. Okay. Find the answer of the multiplication. This is the column method. So here we have a decimal. Okay. We know how to multiply, but here there's a decimal. So is it hard? Actually, we ignore the decimal point. We don't see it at all. So we say 147 times 2. Okay, we multiply by 2. 7 times 2 is 14. 4 I carry 1. 4 times 2 is 8 and 1 is 9. 2 times 1 is 2. Okay, now we check in total how many values we have after decimal point. There's only one value. So in the answer part, there should be only one value after the decimal. So it's 29.4. Next one, again, we ignore the decimal. 2,742 times 5. 2 times 5 is 10. 0, we carry 1. 4 times 5 is 20, and 1, 21. 7 plus 5 is 35, and 2, 37. 7, I carry 3. 5 times 2 is 10, and 3, 13. Now in total, how many number after the decimal point? There's 2. So there should be 2 values after the decimal point. Next one, 3 times 5, 15. 5 we carry 1. 3 times 5, 15. And 1, 16. 3 times the 3 is 9, and 1, 10. 3 times the 3, 9, and 1, 10. Now we have two values after decimal, so 2 number after decimal. Now 7 times 5, 35. 7 times the 3 is 21, and the 3, 24. Now how many numbers after decimal? 2. So there should be 2 after decimal point. Next. Okay, find the answer of these divisions. So here we have division, but the problem is we have decimal point. Okay, again, exactly the same method. We ignore the decimal point. But here we do the long division. 4,620 8. So I ignore the decimal point. Divide by 4. If you forget the steps of the long division, step number 1, we divide. Step number 2, we multiply. Step number 3, we subtract to get the remaining, and then we take one number down, we repeat the steps. Now, let's do it step by step. 4 divided by 4, we put the answer up, which is 1. Next step, multiply. 1 times 4 is 4. Third step, subtract. The remaining is 0. Next step, take one number down. Now repeat the steps. 6 divided by 4 is 1. 1 times 4 is 4. We subtract, the remaining is 2. Take one number down. 2. Repeat the steps. 22 divided by 4, 5. 5 times 4 is 20. We subtract, the remaining is 2. Take one number down. 8. 28 divided by 4, 7. 7 times 4, 28. Subtract, the remaining is 0. So the answer is, we got 1157. Now we remember the decimal point. There is 2 values after decimal point, so 2 values after decimal point. Next one, divide by 5, 7565. 7 divided by 5, 1, it's 5. Subtract, the remaining is 2. Take the 5 down, it's 5 by 25. Subtract, the remaining is 0. Take 6 down. 6 divided by 5 is 1. 1 times 5 is 5. Subtract, the remaining is 1. The last value, take it down, 5. 15 divided by 5 is a 3. 15. Any remaining? No. So the answer is 15. So 2 numbers after decimal. 15.13. Last one. Divide by 3. 4 divided by 3 is 1. 1 times 3 is 3. Subtract them, 1. Take 3 down. 13 divided by 3, 4. 4 times the 3 is 12. Subtract is 1. Take 6 down. It's 5. 5 times the 3, 15. Subtract, the remaining is 1. Put 12, which is 4. 4 times the 3, 12. Subtract, the remaining is 0. 2 number after decimal point, 14.54. Nice. Okay, next, complete the table. Okay, here in this table we have fraction, decimal, and percentage. Okay, we said that to convert from fraction to decimal, the denominator must be 10 or 100. Now, to convert decimal to percentage, we just multiply it by 100. And then we put the percentage value. So here we have 3 over 10, which means 0.3. Now, times 0.3 by 100, it will be 30. And then we put the percent. Next, 1 over 5, as we said, we should make it 10. So we times it by 2 will be 2 over 10. What is it as decimal? Is 0.2. Times it by 100, 20%. Now this is 70%, 0.7. Okay, 0.7, this is 10th. So 7 over 10. Now 1 over 4, it becomes 0.25, times it by 100, 25%. Now here we can use a fraction or percentage. Percentage is easier. We set from decimal to percent times by 100. Now the opposite way, we divide by 100. 75 divided by 100 is 0.75. That's it. Okay, here we have the ratio. What's the ratio of the cracked x to uncracked ones? Now we understand the table first. It says x in the box, so this is the total number of x. And then we have the cracked ones. And then we write the ratio, and the ratio should be always mentioned, the order of it. They said cracked for uncracked. And then simplify the ratio similar to the fraction. Now we have 13x, 4 of them are cracked. So how do we write the ratio? 4 is cracked. How many uncracked? We do 13 minus 4, because 13 in total, 4 of them are cracked. So uncracked ones are 9. Can we simplify it? No, it's already simplified. Now, 16 egg, 10 of them cracked. So how many of them not cracked? Yes, it's 16 minus 10, which is 6. Now, can we simplify? Just similar to the fraction. We divide them by the same value. 10 and 6, both of them can be divided by 2. 10 divided by 2 is 5. 6 divided by 2 is 3. Now we check, can we simplify more? No. Now, 15x are cracked. 5x uncracked. We can divide both values by 5. 3 to 1. Then we have 8 cracked. How many uncracked? We do 32 minus 8. 24. Can we simplify? Yes, we divide by 8. 1, 3. Okay, next, proportion and ratio. There are 15 blue flowers and 8 red ones in a flower bed. What's the ratio of blue flower to red flower? So order is important. They said blue to red. We have 15 blue and 8 red. Then, what proportion of the flowers are blue? So proportion here is a fraction. They said the blue. How many blue we have? 15. But out of, we need to put the total now. So we have 15 plus 8 is 23. So it's 15 out of 23. So this is the proportion of blue flowers. Now, question 12. We have 22 purple flower and 14 yellow. Write the ratio purple to yellow. Purple is 22. Yellow is 14. Now the proportion of yellow flowers. Yellow was 14. Out of how much? How many flowers we have in total? We do 22 plus 14, 36. Okay, last one. Now this time the ratio is given. We need to find number of flowers. They said there are 45 flowers in total. The proportion 3 over 5 of the flowers are what? Are blue. And the rest are red. How many flowers of each color are there? Now, to find the blue, I know the proportion. It's 3 over 5. What should I do? We have 45 flowers. I multiplied by the proportion of the blue. Okay, in the class before we talked, how do we solve this the easiest way? First, we do the division, and then we do the multiplication. So first I do 45 divided by 5, is, sorry, not 7, it's 9. So 45 divided by 5 is 9. Now we multiply the answer by the numerator. 9 times 3, 27. So what is it? Is 27? We should put the unit. Red flowers. Sorry, blue. Because I got it from the proportion of blue. So now if 27 of the flowers are blue, how many of them were red? We know the total is 45 minus 27 equal to, so 45 remove 20 is 20, and then 5 minus 7 we borrow, we got 18. 18 what? 18 red flowers. Okay, please make sure that you write everything you show your work. Don't forget the unit. And please study hard and good luck in your exam.